intervention requires the training institute to develop a module or a manual for providing training to the farmers. So it will be very essential for this training institute to be in touch with people who are technically sound regarding these machines. 11 farmers have provided additional service to 138 more farmers as well. So that also looks quite positive for us, because our main goal was to start for smallholder entrepreneurs and these farmers to start providing services rather than using the machines only for their purpose. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Sorry.
When we're talking about mechanization, the first thing we're always looking at is, are mini tillers selling? Are they selling in places that they weren't selling before, or are there more of them being sold because of what we're doing? And then, therefore, as a result of that, are our market player partners changing their behaviour in terms of accepting the new model and expanding that new model? Things like what level of support are we giving them now? Do we need to give more of it? Do we need to make it happen greater? Or is this now time to withdraw our support altogether and see if it will happen without it? So it's that sort of that side of things. Our training partner. So we have a partner who we've worked with to develop an outsourced training product for farmers and operators to get a handle on how to operate, but also how to operate a small business as well around a mini tiller. And one of the things that we've been doing is trying to guide them towards expanding that model to work with other importers now. So is that happening? Do they need a push? Actually, as it turned out, just prompting them with the idea, now they've gone out there and they've actually had a workshop where they invited all the other importers in, and so now we're wondering whether that's actually going to yield fruit, whether they're actually going to do that, to expand that into other importers as a result. Whether they might need a little bit of support to market that and develop new trainers, things like that. There's been very low uptake on finance for mini tillers. Surprisingly, we thought that affordability would be a much bigger barrier than it actually is. Some have been sold on credit, but it seems that even with credit, people still think the credit is too expensive, and they would rather delay a purchase than to go out there and get the cost of it on a hire purchase or on a loan. So that's prompting us to go and have another look at the finance side of this, to try and see, can it be made more affordable? The farmers know that they don't have to take a loan for the whole cost of the machine. If they need a bit of it, they can do it that way. Does the messaging within the training need to be stronger on the affordability of this finance around the business operation? So that's another thing that we need then to go and have another look at. The other strategic areas of mechanization that we've very recently discussed is now that things seem to be moving in the hills, is it time to revisit the terai, the flat areas that are close to the Indian border, and look again at mechanization there. It's more mechanized than the hills, but it's still very under-mechanized. So in fact, just this week, the sector analyst is in the field looking at options in the terai, whether we can expand this sort of training, embedded outsourced training model to that area as well.